Live from Gahanna Lincoln High School's TV studio, this is Lincoln Live. With Caroline Maddox and Juju Grubich. You're watching Lincoln Live.
Good morning, Lincoln. I'm Caroline Maddox.
And I'm Juju Grubich. Hey, Caroline, how are you feeling with the start of the last quarter of high school?
I don't even want to think about it. How are you feeling?
I'm a little excited, but I'm also sad. However, we start today with the official end to the winter sports season at Lincoln.
First, let's talk about basketball.
The boys basketball team returned to the Elite Eight with hopes of breaking through and reaching the state Final Four.
But the Lions dropped a hard-fought battle to Pickerington Central on Saturday night.
The game was close throughout. The Lions led by 2 at the end of the first quarter and trailed by 2 at the half.
But the Tigers outscored the Lions 41-26 in the second half and pulled away for a 59-42 win.
Sean Jones led Gahanna with 15 points. The Lions end the season as conference champs and district champs, and with a 25-3 record.
Congrats on this successful season. Now on to bowling, where the Lincoln girls team entered the state tournament this weekend to the two-time defending champions, but they came up short of a three-peat. The Lions finished 11th place in the qualifying rounds and were not one of the top 8 teams to advance to the finals. They finished just 17 pins out of qualifying. Delaney Rossetti bowled a 644 to finish 20 pins away from being state champ. She finished third to earn first team All-Ohio honors. Toy Richardson was the next highest Lion. She placed 28th. Despite not bringing home another state title, the Lions are proud of what they have accomplished the past few years.
Being third in the state is really cool. I feel like it's a very full circle moment for me just because, little freshman year me did not think that I would ever make it to this position that I am today. I mean, it's a very big letdown that the team didn't make it, but at the end of the day, this one moment doesn't define our whole entire season. We've had a really great season. It sucks that it didn't have the outcome that we wanted to, but again, that doesn't define who we are. That doesn't define how far we've come and how much we've accomplished this season.
Thanks. Our DECA marketing class had a very successful weekend at the state competition, where they presented projects that they have been working on since early October. The class had 18 groups that qualified in the top 10 in the state. 15 of the 18 placed in the top 4, which means they will be going to Atlanta in late April for the DECA International competition. Congrats and good luck at Nationals.
All 4 choirs competed this Friday and Saturday in their district competition, and all 4 groups qualified for state competition. A cappella and freshman girls choir had perfect scores, while women's ensemble and freshman boys had superior ratings across the board. We caught up with Mr. Lehman to get his reaction on the weekend.
I'm so proud of how the choirs performed this weekend. We had a great time performing at OMEA. Everybody's hearts and minds and souls and voices were together. The music was amazing, the vibe was amazing, and consequently, we're all going to state contests. Yeah!
Are you looking for a summer job? If so, you're in luck. On Wednesday, Lincoln is hosting the Summer Job Fair 2022. Many local businesses are hiring now, getting ready for the summer and seasonal jobs. If you're interested in working this summer, the job fair will be in the gym between 10:30 and 1. Some local businesses that will be there are Chick-fil-A, City of Barbecue, Gahanna Parks and Rec, Nothing Bundt Cakes, and Smoothie King. Once again, if you're interested, come down to the gym on Wednesday between 10:30 and 1.
Hey Juju, do you have a bunch of old sports t-shirts laying around from all the teams you've been on?
Yeah, I do. I have them from volleyball, basketball, and soccer from when I was younger.
A lot of parents turn those old t-shirts into memory blankets for graduation gifts.
It's true. I've seen them.
Well, our own Gabriella Fabrizio takes us to a local business that turns memories into blankets.
And there's another aspect of this company that makes it unique. Here's Gabriella.
In Bexley, Ohio, there is a little house converted into a shop where you can send t-shirts to be made into a quilt or blanket. However, there is something extra special about this business.
Well, what's great about here is that we're all deaf, and so we all can communicate together, and that's the really cool part of it. We can give each other feedback, we can learn a lot from each other, and we learn a lot from the direct communication with each other. We don't have to depend on an interpreter when we're talking to each other.
Every single employee at Keepsake T-shirt quilts and blankets is deaf or hard of hearing. Their mission involves creating jobs for deaf people.
Working here has really helped with my communication skills, being around deaf people every day. I also just like the nature of this work. It's like doing crafts. There are times when customers, they have t-shirts that commemorate something like a family member who has died. And so what we can do is that we can use those t-shirts to make a quilt. We also make pillows and tote bags. So here's one of our pillows. We can also put writing or embroidery on the items as well.
Making these blankets is a lot of work, but their effort shows in the quality of the products.
You have to make sure that everything is completely lined up, everything is at right angles. You know, you just have to be patient and get through it. You need to be focused.
Not only does this business empower the deaf community, they also work to help other communities that are in need.
We also have a Be Warm project. We use leftover fabric from our blankets, and we use fleece as the backing because it's a nice, warm, cozy material. And then we have that leftover fleece material, and from that we make hats and scarves. And then we take these products and we donate them to the homeless shelters or the women's prisons.
It's clear that their work at Keepsake is very important to these women, and it helps them as well.
It shows the general community that deaf people have the ability to work in this environment. It shows that deaf people can do anything.
They certainly can. So if you have some old t-shirts laying around, consider making a purchase from a business for a good cause. This is Gabriella Fabrizio for Lincoln Live.
This is a blanket we had made at Keepsake Quilt down at Bexley.
It has all of the WGLH TV sweatshirts from the past 20 years in it, and it's awesome.
Now we have someone pretty special in the studio with us today.
No way, who?
It's our own Sophia Peck.
You're right. Hi, Sophia. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you guys?
We're doing good. So what do you have for us today?
Well, in Mrs. Lacosko's class, students are quite literally cracking eggs open. The class took on a project where they designed and built a paper race car using certain supplies. When designing the car, the students aimed for a car that can travel down the ramp with the fastest momentum and withstand a high-speed frontal impact. The car must also protect the raw egg. The class did time trials and then tested it out with the egg. Here's Najani Upshur and Lily Phillips to explain how they designed their car.
On the inside of our car, we put like a fringe type folded piece of paper so that when the car hit the book, the egg would fly forward, but it would slow down because of the piece of paper, so it would take more time to crash.
So in class we watched videos of how like airbags protect humans in car crashes, and so for our car we decided to add like a similar feature to that, and we added these like 3 tubes on the front of our car so that when it hit the wall, which was like a stack of books, the egg didn't break.
Thanks, guys. Attention anyone interested in cheering next year. The Cheer Tryout informational meeting is tomorrow at 6:30 in the cafeteria. Be sure to go to that meeting to get all the information needed for tryouts. Again, the meeting is tomorrow at 6:30. Well, that's all the info I have today. Time to head back to Juju and Caroline at the news desk.
Thanks, Sophia. Have a great rest of your week.
Thanks, you too.
Well, Lincoln, that's all we have for you today.
Be sure to follow our social media, both Instagram and Twitter, being at Lincoln Live TV.
Bye.
Bye.